Do-Rag Wisdom, folks, and welcome to Y2K 18.01.16. 294 days left until Election Day. As you can see, I'm wearing not only my do-rag out of respect for all my ex-students who we used to have to persecute when I was a teacher because they wore their do-rags, but also I'm wearing my keffiyeh, my Zionist keffiyeh. Because, you know, when I go to demonstrations like Occupy Wall Street or any of these other places, I see people wearing the Muslim Arabic Yasser Arafat keffiyehs. Well, this is my Zionist keffiyeh. If you notice, there's a lot of like Magen Davids and stuff all over it. And I want you guys to know, in case you don't, people are visiting me for the first time, I want to make sure that full disclosure is in order here. I'm a democratic socialist, an atheist, member of the Jewish tribe who also supports Zionism in all the land of Israel. It's a very interesting situation I'm in, and sometimes, frankly, it's very painful. Now, I don't like doing these tribal broadcasts. This, you know, I live in the United States of America, and I owe this country my first move. I was born here, I pay taxes here, I've never been to Israel my entire existence. I believe in Zionism in every part of the land of Israel, and yet I still believe that I owe this country my first move. Trump does not give my tribe Jerusalem or anything else. Theological hatreds will always interfere with Mideast peace, and I'll talk about that in a minute. Trump does not give my tribe, the Jewish tribe, the right to land that was deemed to them by quote-unquote God more than 3,000 years ago. So my tribe has had connection with Yerushalayim, Jerusalem, for over 3,000 years. And anyone who wants to lay claim to the land of Israel post that time, they're full of bullshit. I believe in Zionism in all of the historical lands of Israel, including the so-called West Bank and so-called East Jerusalem. And if there happens to be any non-Jewish Muslim Arabs living within those borders, they are more than welcome, as far as I'm concerned, to stay and live there, but they live under Jewish rule, not Islamic rules. They don't like it. Hey, everybody else does it, right? We all do it. We're all tribal. You know, you've seen the ugly face of naked ape-itis here, I understand that. But I'd be stupid if, no matter how liberal I am, how socialist I am, how much I support the liberal movements in this country to get rid of this fascist, I'd be stupid to think that they're going to look at me and go, accept me with open arms. I caucus with those who deny my tribe its tribal rights, because I was born in the USA and owe this country my first move. If I had a choice between a united Jerusalem or no fascism in the USA, I would pick my choice, no fascism in the USA. Linda Sarsour, who helped organize that great initial protest against Trump on his inauguration, his first inauguration, hopefully his last, hopefully he gets impeached. But Linda Sarsour is an anti-Semite. Anyone who denies my tribe's right to their historic tribal lands, including the West Bank, to me is an anti-Semite. Yes, you're seeing the ugly face of naked ape-itis. I understand. I apologize. there are people going to say, I'm not going to subscribe to him anymore. But I would be less than honest if I kissed the asses of people who subscribe to me, who want me to be something I'm not. I'm always going to be a Jew. I'm always going to be recognized as a Jew. People, I remember I called up a beloved gym instructor I had in junior high school, and he remembered me as the Jewish person. Someone contacted me to do a get-together, a reunion, and I'm not doing any reunions because I don't have any good memories of my high school except for some good teachers I had. But the person who contacted me remembered me as the Jew, a Jewish person. No matter how much a person, a human being, wants to deny their tribe, there's always going to be someone who's going to say, you're a Jew, or you're an Italian, or you're a French person, or you're whatever. You're going to always, in this naked ape, tribal part of our evolution, that's what you're going to be recognized as your tribe. So Linda Sassour is an anti-Semite. Reverend Barber, and I loved Reverend Barber of the NAACP, is an anti-Semite because at the Democratic Convention he called Jesus a brown Palestinian Jew, when in fact he was a brown, olive-skinned Judean Jew, because that is what the Roman Empire at that time referred to Israel. They had taken over and they renamed Eretz Yisrael as Judea. And Israel wasn't known as Palestine until after the end of the 50, 70, 80-year war that my tribe had against the Roman Empire, because we refused to accept their rule. So once they so-called, quote-unquote, defeated us and supposedly exiled us, because there were still Jews living in the Holy Land, they renamed my tribal lands Palestine after the hated Philistines. I mean, they hated, the Romans hated the Jews, hated us, because we refused to submit to them. Well, F them. I spent my whole life trying not to submit to people. Again, I caucus with Jew haters who would expel me from their political demonstrations, as they did with some gay American Jews who showed up to a protest, like a kind of a liberal protest against all kinds of oppression from the right-wingers, but they were expelled because was found out they supported Israel and Zionism. So, the right wing hates us, and these religious extremist Christians hate us. Everybody hates the Jew. Well, it reminds me of my growing up when I was a kid in the playground. I guess I didn't march to the drums of other people, but I know what persecution is. And these left-wingers are making a big mistake if they want to alienate Jewish people by denying Jews the right to their bona fide and legal right to their land. It is quite sad that many in my tribe are one-issue voters, as I was when I first began to vote. Israel was my main concern. When I was like 18, 19 when I started voting, Israel was my main concern. I started becoming more involved in Jewish concerns, my Jewish identity at that time. So because of my concern for Israel, I voted for Nixon and Reagan. And I'm ashamed that I did that. As much as I believe in a united Jerusalem and Zionism and all the parts of Israel, I will never vote to see fascism in America to achieve that. Never, never. I repeat, and sadly, that there will never be peace in the Middle East because of long-standing religious hatreds. Understand, there is long-standing tribal religious hatreds going on over there. In the meantime, the left is alienating Jewish support with their hypocritical, ignorant support for Islamic Jew haters. And by the way, not all Islamic people hate my tribe, as not all Christian people hate us. But the extremists do. With the extremist Christians, their support of Trump, they believe that Jesus will come back as soon as all the Jews are, my tribe, are gathered in Israel, and Jesus will pick 144,000 believers at least and kill the rest of us. Check out the book of Revelations. I don't accept Trump, Christian, extremist Christian support for Israel. My support for the radical left in my country comes with a price to my Jewish dignity. But I must fight fascism in all its forms and religious extremist, racist, totalitarianism everywhere I can. Or if I don't, perhaps see another Shoah Holocaust. Israel, my tribal land, has the nuclear button too. And if they have no right to exist in their historic tribal lands of over 3,000 years, before Christianity, before Islam, then nobody on this planet has a right to their tribal lands. I apologize to my subscribers for my attack of naked ape-itis, but if Jewish history has taught me anything at all, it's that I can never escape my ethnic heritage, my tribal heritage. We're still in the naked ape, the tribal savagery of our evolution. And I'd be stupid if I denied my ethnic heritage. Because to do so can mean literally death. Look what happened to the Jews of Germany who felt that they were assimilated and part of German culture, who were destroyed, but given nice first-class seats on the trains to the extermination camps.